Your mouse grip determines how your body controls what's happening on screen. For this reason alone, using an optimal grip is essential to having accurate and consistent aim. We'll show you the best mouse grip that will work for the majority of players, and we'll also showcase some alternative grips and their pros and cons. Alright, so here's an overview of the mouse grip. As you can see, only our fingertips are in contact with the mouse. 2 to 3 knuckles will be in contact, and the back of your palm here. So we can see it from another angle. For me, it's 2 knuckles, and the very back of the mouse hits my palm. And you have these 3 fingers are all pushing in and pulling down to bring the mouse into your palm. An alternate grip, like palm grip, where your fingers and palm are flush against the mouse, have some downsides where small corrections are difficult to make, as you have to move your entire hand or arm, as your fingers don't really get to contribute to the action, and vertical aiming is very difficult as you have to move your entire arm, as you have very little give with this grip. Now on the other hand, we have fingertip grip, where only our fingertips are touching, no palm whatsoever. Now this grip can be great for small micro adjustments, but it really struggles with flicks or big swipes as you lack the control as the mouse isn't properly seated in your hand. So the optimal grip lets us get the best of all worlds, where we have the security and control of having the mouse securely placed in our palm, but we also have the ability to micro correct with our fingertips. So even with my wrist planted, I still have a great range of motion. I can still vertically aim without it leaving my palm. And overall, I just have a great degree of control for any aiming action, whether it's a flick, whether you're tracking, or whether you have to swipe and reposition. And there's a reason why pros like Shroud will use this grip, whether they've chosen to do it or not, is simply because it's the most effective and it lets them perform highly in any game, as there's no downside, there are no weaknesses to it. You get to use all the tools at your disposal between your fingertips, your wrist, and your arm to contribute to the perfect aiming action. The way you approach this mouse grip will change depending on your hand size and what mouse you're using. So for me, I have quite large hands at 21 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. And this is a Glorious Model D, and this is a pretty good fit for me. Now if I were to take a slightly smaller mouse, like the Zowie FK1, you can see that the grip, while the grip's the same, my fingers are bent a little more, as the mouse is a bit smaller. But the grip still works all the same, and it feels great. If you were to have smaller hands and a larger mouse, your grip might look a little different. If we can just imagine this mouse is against my palm when it's not, your fingers will be a little more elongated, but they're still just touching with the fingertips. As with all things aiming, there are always going to be outliers, so if you have a different grip that works best for you, that is totally fine. If you have any questions about this grip or what to do with certain mice, please leave us a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.